You ever grit your teeth, push through the pain, just keep going, only to end up more exhausted than empowered? I have. And I learned the hard way. Resilience without release just recycles the wound. Let's flip the script today with resilience is overrated. What you actually need is release. Because when you cling to grit as your identity, you stop growing, you stop listening, and eventually you start burning out in the name of strength. Welcome to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential, the podcast where your transformation begins. I'm Sean Michael, and each day I'll bring you quick, impactful insights and action steps to fuel your personal and professional growth. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a leader, or someone ready to break limits and ignite greatness, this is your daily power boost to crush obstacles, stay focused, and awaken the extraordinary potential within you. Because remember, greatness begins within. Let's go. Hey there, boosters. Welcome back to Daily Power Boost. I'm Sean Michael, helping you lead and live from identity, not obligation. Yesterday, we dismantled the myth of balance in when balance becomes a boundary you hide behind. But today, we're going after the hustle badge, the sacred cow of high performers, resilience. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I hit a stretch in business where everything felt heavy. I kept telling myself, just push through, because that's what leaders do, right? Toughed it out. I minimized the weight. I outworked the warning sign. And I wore my exhaustion like a badge of honor. But here's the part I didn't say out loud. I was breaking down behind the scenes. Not because I wasn't strong, but because I refused to let go of what was no longer aligned. What I really needed wasn't more stamina, it was more surrender. First, resilience becomes resistance. When your identity is built on, I can handle it, you stop asking, should I be? You override your body, you ignore your intuition, and you end up loyal to the wrong mission. Next, letting go is not weakness, it's strategy. Release isn't quitting, it's discernment. It's knowing when a pattern, project, or pace is no longer aligned. If you hold out on fear, you're not resilient. You're attached to something that's already expired. Finally, true strength has rhythm, not just force. You're not a machine, you're a leader, and leaders need release valves. Because resilience without rest, without truth, without release, that's not mastery. That's martyrdom. Let's take a breath. Where have you mistaken holding on for being strong? What are you still carrying just because you're used to the weight? Here's the truth. The next level of your leadership doesn't require more push. It requires more permission to let go. Ready to reclaim your energy and your alignment? Take these steps. 1. Identify the overhold. Write down one project, role, or responsibility you've been clinging to out of obligation and ask, is this still aligned or just familiar? 2. Give yourself permission to release. Say it this way: I'm allowed to outgrow what once served me. practice letting go without guilt. 3. Redefine strength. Take your journal and write this out. Strength looks like blank for me now. You choose what goes in the blank. Let your new definition of resilience include rhythm, rest, and renewal. Because staying in something too long isn't loyalty, it's a slow leak of your power. I used to think grit was everything. Now I know. Resilience without release is how we quietly break. And if I can stop overperforming strength, so can you. That's today's Daily Power Boost. Pick one, identify, release, or redefine, and lead this week from freedom instead of force. Full show notes have the prompts and reframes to help you move forward without grinding harder. And if you're ready to unlearn old survival scripts and build new strength from the inside out, join us inside the Real Mastery Hub at realmasteryhub.com. And send this to someone who's pushing past the point of purpose to remind them letting go isn't giving up, it's growing up. On our next episode, we're naming a sneaky trap that feels like authenticity but erodes your leadership. The authenticity trap, how oversharing is undermining your influence. Because radical transparency without boundaries isn't trust building, it's self-sabotage. Till then, lead free, stay whole, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential. Remember, transformation starts with action. So take today's insight, make it your own, and awaken your inner potential. Because remember, greatness begins within. Catch you tomorrow for your next Power Boost.